Hey YouTube, here we are. It's what is it? It's October. It's Saturday, the first Saturday in October, basically, and I'm just going to sharpen up the little farm saw. And one of the professionals that I've inquired about sharpening a saw told me that the best thing to do is to use brake cleaner on the chain prior to sharpening. And what that brake cleaner does, and here it is right here that I'm using, I sprayed it on there. I'm letting it soak a little bit, but what that brake cleaner does, according to the professional, is it loosens up all of the gunk and oil from the bar oil and makes it, the metal, cleans up the metal from the wood chips and the sawdust and everything, enough that it'll help improve the sharpening of the saw. So I've gone ahead and I sprayed it, not really liberally, just did a one pass spray. I'm letting it soak in, and then I'll wipe it off. So also I just used this field clamp for the bar, and I just nailed it into a block of wood. That just it's more of an expedient way of suspending the saw, just so I can move the chain. So I'll go ahead and just wipe the teeth off. That brake cleaner did a good job of getting, all that sawdust and gunk and bar oil off. So I can see it already. Okay, I think I've gone around it once good. All right, I'll go ahead and sharpen. What I normally do here is use a Sharpie and just make the tooth that I'm starting on black so that I know where I started. Okay, I'm using this Stihl chain sharpener. It's really excellent, and what it does is it shows you kind of a top. I'm not sure if you can see this. Okay, it shows a top illustration of the chainsaw, and that means that's the direction you need to go. So if I was on the other side sharpening, that's what I need to be. So I'm going to be on this side. As you can see, here's the handle of the chainsaw, there's the bar, and this arrow says which direction you need to be going. Okay, so I basically have to keep the bar in line with this illustration. So I'll start on the first tooth, and you can see that it has two different sharpening. I'm sharpening both the tooth and the raker. Okay, the raker is this flat file, and that's really important to get that done. So I'm going to line it up, and I usually do about 6. You want to keep it nice and straight and flat. And oriented correctly. Whoops. Okay. So that's already worn off that black mark, so I'll just reestablish the black mark. Okay, and then I'll just go down each oriented tooth On this chain it's alternate. Just take a full stroke. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm putting more emphasis on pushing down to get the raker lowered versus, you know, the tooth will do a good job of sharpening just with the pressure that I'm putting on the raker. Okay, and that's the end right there. So I'll flip it around and do the other side. Okay, the saw is oriented this way. I flipped over this and the arrow is showing going that way. So just a little hint there to help. I forgot to mention, this got a little loose, as you saw, and I just used a hammer and I just tapped it in a little bit more. So that's done. I try to keep the tooth just behind the clamp, just so I have that good pressure directly over the tooth. So my stroke, when I'm filing, it's all the pressures on the away movement. And then I lift it up, as you see, as I come back. I don't do a backward stroke. I'm going to get a clamp for this. Hopefully that's not going to be in my way. I'll do it upside down. There we go. I'll make a better jig later. Again, I'm really trying to get that raker lowered so that the teeth bite into the wood more. Whoops. Sometimes it'll slip. I think that one's the last one. That's the last one. So this is the last one to sharpen. Okay. We all done. Now go ahead and cut. everybody. See how that Farm Boss performs after it's sharp? Just, you know, no substitute for a nice sharp saw. So this fence looks so much nicer now that I cleaned it up. So I just need to remove some of the ends that I clipped off, and then I'm going to go around and just get rid of some of the other logs that were kind of either rotten or just not usable. I'll just buck them up. So stay tuned. Okay everyone, the fence is pretty well cleaned up. So it's really looked good, looks groomed. So I have a couple more logs here that it left over. This one over here to the right, it looks pretty rotten on the ends. I'm going to try to cut back a little bit. It might still be salvageable to get another rail up here. So go ahead and do that. That's pretty good on the inside. I'll just cut off the other end and maybe I can split this. Okay, these remaining three are good for rails. It's just that the two on the left are still green. I'm just going to move those off to the side over there, prop them up off the ground, and let them dry out a little bit. And I'll put another layer of rails whenever they're ready to be split. All right, I think that's pretty much it. Wanted to just show you how I sharpen the chainsaw, and you know, just a little pointer about the brake cleaner and how excellent that Stihl chain sharpener is. It's just fantastic. It's easy, and it really takes care of both the tooth and the raker at the same time. So, you know, double the value for the effort. Also, you know, you saw how the sharpened Farm Boss cuts really well. All right, so I think that should be it for the fence itself, and I'm going to continue to work this weekend. Got a lot of projects. So signing off for now. Take care.